Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmitt, and this is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we are watching episode 8 of The Pacific. What'd you think of last episode?
Probably one of the hardest episodes that we've seen.
It was very rough, both physically and mentally. We kind of saw Eugene borderline breaking down.
Yeah, it was almost like he was on the line of losing Eugene.
Right. And we talked pretty extensively last episode how Snafu kind of helped stop him crossing that line, specifically with taking the gold out of the teeth.
I think it's only going to go downhill from here for all of the people that we've gotten to know and love on the show.
Yeah. If you would like to see the full-length reaction to this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on Twitch, Instagram, or Twitter, all of those links are in the description as well. And with that, let's get into the episode.
Peleliu was an American victory, but it came at great cost. The 1st Marine Division lost more than a third of their men.
Wow.
Ultimately, General MacArthur would not use Peleliu in retaking the Philippines. Nor was the island ever used for any future operations.
Oh my gosh.
Peleliu was a forgotten battle.
Iwo Jima. 8 square miles of volcanic rock and ash. It was the only battle in the war where American casualties outnumbered the Japanese.
Oh no.
I think I was blessed by getting wounded. There aren't many of us that got out.
Jeez. And we thought Peleliu was bad, but to hear that Iwo Jima, the American losses were greater than the Japanese, what are we about to watch?
Yeah, it's about to get really bad.
Just throw away some paper or something, or
It looked like a book.
I don't know if it was a Bible or Haldane's book.
Yeah.
The heebie-jeebies. It's hepatitis and you don't have it. Turn inside out through my asshole like Carson in Love Company. I'm dying, Sledge.
Hey, I just got transferred out of King.
Sure, you're just down the road.
Yeah.
Well, you brothers have a lot to talk over.
That's where you're wrong, Carlo. Some guys have to fight.
Ha, that's right. You got up to go, and all you said was, goodbye, folks.
While the enemy was hammering out our defensive positions.
Gotta just be so numb to this story.
Hey, sweetheart, all was good, though. I sounded like a movie star, right?
Ma, all I do is dress up and say what they tell me. I don't want everyone to know me.
You're so special.
Hey, I get free drinks because of my hero brother. How about that?
Excuse me.
He can't even escape it with his own family.
Yeah.
I've been back more than a year, sir. I've done what the Corps asked me to do.
Well, I see your enlistment's up in 6 months. I tell you what, I'll push through your discharge.
My home is the Corps. I just can't push pencils anymore.
You make me proud to be a Marine.
Camp Pendleton. At least finally he's not just...
Pushing paper and being a celebrity.
Yeah.
I guess it's good to have another combat veteran training.
Where's the rest of the company?
Take it easy. Put your feet up.
Take it easy. I don't know if that's John's style. He wants to get to work.
It's been a while.
This is all he's got?
I think so.
Company!
Oh no.
Why do I find you in your racks in the middle of the day?
We've had no orders, Sergeant.
So you've been doing what you've been told to do. Nothing. Fall in for PT, 5-mile run, 3 minutes.
Who the hell is John Vassalone?
Jesus, you live in a cave?
He's about to make you guys throw up.
Get up there, Ned! Move! Hurry! You drop that gun, I'll make you carry it for 1 solid month. Come on. Drop that machine gun, fumble with a belt, your buddies die! Is that clear?
Hi, Gunny.
Break it down. Do it again.
These two are going to be unstoppable once the rest of the men show up, though.
Sorry.
Come on, move it. Gunny with the ocean of hair, it's John Vassalone. Oh, and he looks even better in person. And here he comes.
We got it under control.
You sure about that?
You see these stripes? I'm an NCO just like you.
Uh-oh, perfect woman for him.
Sergeant Lena Riggy. I'm Lucy. Every Friday, I spills catch the 6 o'clock train to L.A.
Sergeant Riggy? I'm assuming that's Italian, right?
Here it comes. I'm Italian, you're Italian. Happy hunting, Sergeant.
Shot down.
You get shot down, you keep coming back.
What? I'll see what I can do.
What would that be, exactly? Making a table appear out of thin air?
Oh, hey.
Big Shot here thinks he can get us a table.
I'm thinking of joining the Navy.
Absolutely gonna get that table.
Got a private room.
Yeah, I never asked for it, but they always put me up in the presidential suite.
Press me before we get down to business?
Business?
Well, that's standard operating procedure for you, isn't it?
No.
Ah, there goes John Basilone, the hero of Guadalcanal. Brunette starlet on your arm, and back into the same limousine. Dinner was delicious. Thank you.
If I did something stupid, I'm sorry.
You didn't do anything a million other guys haven't done. You just did it in a nicer room.
I'll be replacing Captain LaFrancois, who went AWOL while on liberty.
Wow, okay.
Well, you haven't got much time. Your enlistment runs out in July.
I've been in 8 years.
What is this, a mob? In formation, 2 ranks behind me!
Jeez, he's booking it.
This may not be appropriate, but
Hold on.
I would be happy if you would allow me to take you out for a proper dinner.
Clancy's?
So you know it too.
Nice place. But no. Friday's no good for me. The KP reports 0530. I show 0500. Show up a little earlier, I'll make you French toast.
Oh, that's way better.
You love French toast.
You got 5 seconds!
It's gotta be ready for breakfast.
Yeah.
Just want to get out there and slap a Jap.
What did you say? That's what the enemy is to you, huh?
Dreamed up by some asshole on Madison Avenue to sell soap. The Japanese soldier. He has been at war since you were in fucking diapers! He can live off of maggoty rice and muddy water for weeks. The Japanese soldier doesn't care if he gets hurt or killed. Respect their desire to put you and your buddies into an early grave.
I do not understand the gravity
No.
of who they're fighting.
No, not at all.
You're gonna enjoy this. You strike me as an Italian mama's boy. Worshipped and pampered.
I was told at a very early age I was the best thing since sliced capicola. Best coffee I ever had was on Guadalcanal. Burns on my hands, ears still ringing from the shelling. But when they handed me that cup of coffee, I never tasted anything so good. Not that I don't appreciate this.
My parents were real traditional. Get married, give them grandkids. That I joined the Marines, there was a lot of yelling and crying, and I was sitting in this diner. My pop walked in. He ordered 2 cups of coffee, and he put the milk and 1 sugar in for me. That was the best I ever had.
Incredible what can happen over a cup of coffee. My enlistment's up in July. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna take a discharge and you're gonna go home.
You might hear this all the time. You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
I hear that very often.
Must be the uniform.
Well, even though it was cut short.
It was really cute.
Good. This is a bale. It'll make it easier to carry the gun with a hot barrel.
Wish he had that.
You can shoot and move with this.
I couldn't hit the side of a barn with that thing. You better start practicing.
My hat.
I'll get it.
He's like a little kid just running around.
Oh no. Oh no, you don't. Don't you dare.
The 5th Division will ship out very soon for action in the Pacific Theater of War. I have some more good news. Gunnery Sergeant John Basilone has decided that home can wait. He will be joining us.
What? He's going with them?
So is anybody scared?
No, sir. No, sir.
You lying sexist shit.
Has he had that conversation with
Lena? I'm actually surprised that anybody's letting him go.
Yeah.
Well, in the way that he's become like a celebrity.
Yeah, celebrity, like to accidentally lose him or something.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
This is not gonna go well.
No.
I've shipped over. Every enlisted. They can ship me out whenever they want. So if you're looking for something else, somebody in a different line of work, Tell me now.
I'm in for the duration plus 6 months. I know how it goes, Sergeant. So, where do we go from here?
That was not the way that I thought that was gonna go.
No way.
You look so beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh man, just the fact that he's shipping out again. They look so cool and cute.
Don't you touch me.
What have we done?
We've gone respectable. We're gonna have 6 kids.
It's a lot of kids.
Little boys for you to pamper. Little girls for me to drive crazy.
This is yours now. You want some food?
Dear God, yes.
Something happens to him.
That's what I'm like, getting married. Oh, okay. Just straight into it. Oh my god.
You wanna live? Get off the beach! Move! Back! Move it!
Oh. This is brutal. Jeez, he's just running through everything. Oh my gosh, there's just guts everywhere. Oh my gosh. Got all of them.
Join burst!
Just gotta get him close. Come on, get it in there. Jeez, thank gosh. Oh. What a shot. Gotta get him running out.
Oh wow.
Thank gosh. It's just so tight.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh Jesus, right there.
Do not leave this position, come hell or high water!
How do they even have space for the tanks with all these bodies?
You tell that tank to follow me! Move! And get off the beach! Get that guy over here! Go!
Every time someone gets hit, I think it's John. Jeez, what a final shot. Alright, that was episode 8 of The Pacific. Definitely a rough one. What'd you think?
I mean, that was heartbreaking. We spent the whole episode just like building up John's life and, you know, seeing him fall in love and get married, and he's finally has like, you know, some normalcy in his life. He's not...
Yeah, I mean, for the past year, he's essentially just had to kind of parade around selling this image and this story, and we saw it over a few episodes just make him numb and just like emotionless.
Yeah.
And this episode, you know, it was a complete shift in even from the very first episode. Like, it's not like John was emotionless or anything back then, but clearly this was probably the happiest he was ever in his life.
Yeah. I think it was very clear that John knew that he was meant, you know, to be a Marine. He was meant to lead, and he wasn't ready to not be in active duty.
They kind of foreshadowed it a little bit after, I guess, in their honeymoon stage or whatever, and he's talking about, you know, we're gonna have 6 kids, and they're having this very sweet moment, but Lena, you know, has like a single tear come down, and it almost made me feel like she knew.
I mean, I think for as much as they were kind of making this into like a perfect life for them, I think that she knew like how John is.
Yeah.
And that he's not, if he's going back, he's gonna be 100% in it, and which was very clear watching him on the beach. And I mean, he's incredible. And it was almost like there was no way that he was going to come home. Like, he wasn't gonna get that opportunity twice in his life.
I don't think he was doing anything for the purpose of being heroic
or
anything. It was just get the job done, and that's his duty.
And that's him. I mean, he's a leader.
Yeah, but like you said, like in Guadalcanal, like he did what the situation called for. Mm-hmm. It's not like he necessarily was like, here's an opportunity for me to shine.
No, never.
Like, it was just, I have to do this. Mm-hmm. And it was the same thing here where, you know, he had to be the one leading the charge and running back and forth and kind of getting the situation ready, because the men that he was with, even though he trained them, you know, that's a incredibly rough first experience. I think a lot of the other Marines, at least to a certain point, had some combat experience before getting to Peleliu. Mm-hmm. This was just, you know, stepping right into an absolutely gruesome battlefield.
Right.
And so he had to lead that charge, and it's exactly like what you're saying. Lena knew that if he's going back, it's not like he's going back to, you know, be somewhere in the back or something, like giving, like he's going to be up front in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously for these guys, they don't know what this battle is going to be like. They don't know what they're going into. But for us, like, we know D-Day. We know Iwo Jima. Like, so just knowing that that's what he was going into, it was like, and you know, the beginning, the entire foreshadow of the veterans speaking in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, when they talked about Iwo Jima, and they talked about the fact that there was more American losses in Iwo Jima than Japanese, that was, you know, kind of telling sign that this is going to be gruesome. It's just hard cut from their honeymoon to the beach. Mm-hmm. There was no anything. Like, it was literally just, okay, we're on the beach now. And it was just like, oh no, this is where John is. Mm-hmm. I was hoping that he would make it through that. But every single scene, I mean, there were so many times where I would see someone explode or get shot, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was John. And then it wasn't. And then finally, at the very end, when it was John, it was devastating.
Yeah. And you know, in the beginning, we're seeing the veterans, and I had a small glimmer of hope when one of the veterans, obviously we don't know who's who, you know, said, thankfully I was injured. That's the only way I got out of there. And I was like, maybe it's John.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, when we saw that and then we see this playing out, I was like, okay, maybe he just gets shot and then he gets sent home or something like that. But then when he got shot right in the chest and just went down, and that last scene of him just looking around at the chaos around him, and the camera just pulls up and there's just bodies all around, and there's still Marines fighting tooth and nail, running past him, like falling and dying next to him. That was just, I don't know, I can't even really put that into words, that final scene.
Well, and like, it was horrible to watch, you know, the two men that have been training with him, and he was like explicit, like, you do not leave this spot for anything.
Yeah. And
for him to be, you know, mere feet away from them, and, you know, making eye contact with him, and
they were getting hit with, you know, gunfire and explosions, and there was people, you know, dying around them, and they stayed at their position. They kept firing, and I don't know how much longer. I mean, we only have 2 episodes left. I don't know how much we're going to spend on Iwo Jima. I don't know if we're going to follow those 2 individuals or anything. I don't know if Eugene or Snafu are on Iwo Jima, but I don't know how far those Marines would have made it up into just that point right there if it wasn't for John commanding them the way that he did, or training them the way that he probably did.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, overall, that was another rough episode. Obviously losing John at the peak of his life. I mean, when you just think of the fact that he technically was done, I don't know a lot about the military. I don't know if it's a situation where he could have re-enlisted but continued to just train. I don't know if
I don't even know if that's what he wanted to do.
I don't think that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But just the idea that he could have done that, he could have still majorly impacted the war effort and still had that perfect life with Lena. But like you said, that wasn't John, and I think Lena went into that marriage knowing that wasn't John either.
Right.
Because when we were like, uh-oh, she's not going to take this well. And then that was another hard cut where it was like, bang, marriage. And I was like, okay, she took it pretty well.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, she said it from the beginning. She was like, do you see these stripes? Like,
oh yeah,
we're the same. Like, so, she, of everyone, she would understand.
Yeah.
But that was heartbreaking.
That was devastating. I mean, I enjoyed all of the good moments that we got with John, and I kind of enjoyed taking that step back. And I honestly thought we were getting so close to the end of the episode that we were just going to spend the time away from the war, seeing more behind the scenes away from the action. And when it just hard cut to the battle on the beach, I was not expecting that.
No, me neither. I was like, we have to be getting close to the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So I was feeling the same.
But what an episode.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have 2 episodes left. The series has been amazing so far, even though it's definitely been rough to watch and experience, but really, really loving it.
Yeah.
So if you would like to see the full-length reaction to this, as well as everything else that we have reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on any other types of social media, all of those links are in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone.
Bye.
Bye.